So next is, are the crystals of salt really dry? तो we have aware about the thing salts we have observed salt जो अपने पास रहता है that is dry, that is not liquefied, ना, that is solid form of that particular substance. तो is exactly that is dry. So we need to know about कि what is the nature of that crystal, and to understand that nature of crystal we need to know about water of crystallization. So what is this water of crystallization here? So water of crystallization is the amount of water, exactly अगर simple language में we can understand, that is the amount of water required to make crystal of that particular substance. So several salts, for example washing soda, the formula is Na2CO3 10H2O. It means sodium carbonate decahydrate, 10 is deca. Hydrated copper sulfate, another example, copper sulfate into 5H2. This is into, water molecule will be in multiplication, fine, 5H2. It means copper sulfate pentahydrate, then plaster of Paris CaSO4 half H2O, that is calcium sulfate and hemihydrate, contains definite hemi मतलब half of the one, ठीक है, जैसे circle है उसको half circle को we can say hemisphere, that is this is hemihydrate, contain definite amount of water molecules loosely combined in their structures. So the formula is indicating the particular salt is found, particular substance is found with the crystallization of water molecule of this much number, that is 10H2O, 5H2O and half H2O in case of these given salts. Fine. Next we need to see this chemically combined water present in the salt account for the crystalline nature of the water. So if salt is crystalline in nature, so by which main purpose of that crystallization process is what? क्यों that particular salt is crystal? Because of this water of crystallization. With the combination of this amount of water, that particular salt is behaving as crystal. Fine. Next is, hence this water is called water of crystallization. So this is the water of crystallization which is required for making crystal of required salt. Fine. So that's why this is called as water of crystallization. Next, water of crystallization is the definite number of water molecule, which is the water of crystallization is what? Definite number of water molecule with which a compound enters into a loose chemical combination as the compound crystallizes out of its solution. So what is the water of crystallization? Definite number of water molecule which required for that crystallization of that particular salt by the chemical combination. Fine. Next we need to know about the importance of this. So this water of crystallization is here. That is the definite number of water molecule to making the crystal of that required amount of salt. So it in colored hydrated salt, the salt are not only colorless, they are also colored. We are also having colored salts. So in colored hydrated salt, the water of crystallization also account for the color of the salt. So this color, the colored salt which are hydrated, the two word I have told you guys, one is anhydrous, anhydrated we can also say, anhydrated, and another one is hydrated. So anhydrated, where N is here, it means no water is there. No water in that form of salt. And hydrated means it has water. It have water. Fine. So the particular salt which are not along with water, for example, we have said that if we talk about Na2CO3, sodium carbonate, if it is not with along with water molecule, then this is called as soda ash. Only soda ash. But if this is in complete formula of washing soda, that is decahydrate, then this is called as what? Washing soda. So this is the difference here. This is the hydrated salt of sodium carbonate and this is the anhydrous. Anhydrous is soda ash only, and in hydrated form this is washing soda. And if we talk about copper sulfate, so we know that copper sulfate is blue in color. So these hydrated salt are also colored in nature. So if they are colored in nature, so this water of crystallization, how it account for this? First main important thing of water of crystallization is to making salt into the crystal form, crystalline form. Fine. Another important use, if colored salt we are having, then water of crystallization, how it is account for that color in that salt. So let's see how it is going to account this. If a hydrated salt is heated, its crystalline nature and it क्या करेगा, it loses its crystalline nature and become amorphous. Amorphous is what? Amorphous solids are the solids which are pseudo solids. They are looking like solids but exactly they are not solids. If this water, when this hydrated water is, for example, this water is loosened, when we are doing again deep crystallization of that, this water is loosened. Agar this water is loosened, then this salt is behaves as not crystallinic form. This is behaving as amorphous. Two kind of solids we are having, crystalline and amorphous. Crystalline are the main solids which are exactly in solid form, but amorphous are the kind of pseudo solids. They are looking like solid but exactly their interaction between the particles, intermolecular forces of attractions are very big. Fine. So crystals क्या हो जाएंगे? If water is loosened, then this will be behaving as amorphous solid, not like crystalline. Another is colored salt lose their color and become white, and they are going to loosen their color and they becoming white. Fine. तो अगर colored हैं तो they will be losing their color. So this is the very important account of this water of crystallization in the salts.